Yes. Now it's on. Okay, fine. Okay, no problem. We can start now. So it's fourth chapter, fourth unit, part
Self
3, right?
construction. Self construction.
Yes.
Mm. Start reading.
Yeah, please. We have 6 sensitive periods. I think you three are there. You people can select any two and you can lead the class. Okay.
Okay.
The child often walks toward completion or perfection. This motivation is exactly driven by the child's need to connect with his world and find out who he is and what he is made of. The more the child engages in activities, the more he develops and understands himself. The sensitive period and observant mind are the two internal factors which help in the progress of the spiritual embrace for his self-construction. Here it says the more the child is engaged in activities that he develops and understands himself. And we got here sensitive period and observant mind are two internal factors which help in progress of the spiritual embryo for his self-construction. Let's go to the cell-sensitive period. It was a Dutch biologist, Hugo de Vries, who first noticed that the sensitive period in an insect. De Vries disclosed that the male butterfly naturally lays her eggs in a protected spot at the angle formed by a branch on the trunk of the tree where it is safe and protected. When hatched, the caterpillar can eat only the tenderest leaves, which are at the top end of the branch. These breeds discover the caterpillar are sensitive towards light. Light attracts it, which causes them to crawl up to the end of the branch and it finds the food to satisfy its hunger. As the usefulness of this sensitivity passes, new sensitivity will occur to help the caterpillar in search of other experience for its living. Dr. Maria Montessori was convinced that similar characteristics were also found in children. She said children pass through definite periods in which they reveal psychic aptitudes and possibilities which afterward disappear. That is why at particular epoch of their life they reveal an intense and extraordinary interest in certain objects and exercise which one might look for and for in vain at a later age. During such period, the child is endowed with a special sensibility which urges him to focus his attention on certain areas of his environment to the exclusion of others. Such attention is not the result of mere curiosity, it is more like burning passion. An emotion first rises from the depth of the unconscious and sets in motion a marvelous creative activity in contact with the outside world, thus building up consciousness. Can I read more now? Fully.
Okay. Yeah, just one more paragraph is there before that division of sensitive periods. Just read up to that.
Yes.
After
Sensitive periods are blocks of time in the child's life when he is absorbed with one characteristics of his environment to the exclusion of all others. This sensitivity towards certain stimuli lasts until a certain necessary need is fulfilled. This sensitive period defines child's following in gaining knowledge of his surroundings. Montessori observes sensitive periods in the child's life connected with the requirement for order in the environment, the development of language, use of sense, the development of walking, attraction with minute and detailed objects at a time of intense social interest.
okay, self construction, that is the personality of child. His personality is developing step by step. Maria Montessori named the mind of the child as spiritual embryo. You know that what is meant by this embryo? It has no shape, Now the size is very small and it is yet to develop more. Okay, so she called the mind of the child as spiritual embryo. For this mind to develop, there is two internal factors, that is absorbent mind and um, sensitive period. Okay, so these two internal factors help the spiritual embryo for further development. Okay, and she compare this development, that is this natural development, with an insect. We all know about the metamorphosis of butterfly, right? We know that which all stage, because what's the peculiarity of this butterfly? It's very beautiful but difficult to catch, right? Okay, it's very
Very
beautiful.
delicate also. Very delicate also.
Yeah, yes, very delicate also. And like the reproduction in plants, the role of butterfly is very important. That's also his job is that, and his or her, whoever it is, job is that. And it is very like unsymmetric also, right? Left and right are symmetrical. Okay. And we can compare this metamorphosis with positive and negative things, because initially it's a larva, like it's just like a worm, right? And not that much beautiful. And most of the time we don't like to see that worm, but when we see butterfly, we all feel very happy, right? But we know that this larva becomes this beautiful butterfly, and in between the transition from this worm to butterfly is a delicate process also, because this larva has to uh, sleep for a while, not like maybe months, maybe weeks. I don't know the exact time period, but it has to sleep and it has to create one outer shell, and this shell will broke after some days or weeks, like that. But if anybody tried to tear that pupa, then the thing coming from that pupa will be in a deformed stage. Most of the time, one side of the wing is ready, the other side of the wing is not yet ready, and at the within time that creature will die soon. Okay, which won't survive. This is the thing Maria Montessori comparing with the kids. Let the kid to develop naturally, then only the full result will arise. If we force them to do something, then their natural effort won't see. That is a comparison between these butterfly metamorphosis and the natural development of the child. Okay, so there are certain periods of this child to develop. We know that the womb to tomb, the human development from mother's womb to tomb till death, there are certain periods. Already Maria Montessori divided it into two stages, and further it divided into four periods. And we know that many psychoanalysis, Jean Piaget and Erik Erikson, Vygotsky, then Sigmund Freud, the popular psychoanalyst, they divided the child development into different stages. All these stages are connected with their age period, that is from birth to death. Okay, everybody was telling like socialization, like Erikson said that socialization will make the child to develop very nicely, but at the same time Piaget said that previous stages make the development of the next stage. And Sigmund Freud said that the atmosphere, the environment, and whatever things we are providing them, that will changes the development of the child. And we have to deviate their hyper energies to another activity, so that there won't happen any damage, because during the adolescent age they may have many confusion, so we have to deviate their energy to positive side, something like that. They all said like that. So these sensitive period, they are very sensitive to all the surround environmental condition. So okay, so she just compare the metamorphosis of butterfly with that of the natural development of the child. So sensitive periods are the blocks of time in the child's life. I just prepared new fresh questions for this chapter. 10 questions I already prepared and shared with batch number 12, because they have their main exams in February month. Uh, Previously, I already prepared some question, but it was connected with age period. So I think that this age period is a general concept, right? Every child is not developing in the that 2 year this will happen, 3 year this will happen. We couldn't say that. It depends on the potential of the child. Okay, so I just changed all the questions in the self construction chapter, and I just made new questions. Okay, it will be provided in the next working day to you people also, because I haven't started this chapter for regular batch. I just completed unit 7 for them, and I have to take this chapter. I just given them one briefing only. So I will share the question next week. Uh, you can practice those questions. Okay. So okay, fine. And third chapter also, I have to give you the questions mock test, right? Okay, you will be given. Okay, friends. So now coming to the different category of sensitive periods, there is mainly 6 sensitive periods are there. I think we have you people are 3, so you people can select any 2 and you can present. Okay, and
I'll
at the
complete.
same time, yeah, and at the same time, after completing this topic, you will be having just opposite to that, that if we are not providing proper environment, then what will happen in these 6 areas, that also you people can select two and present. Okay, fine. I think you have more experiences relating this with this topic, please.
The period of sensitivity to order. The sensitiveness arrives in the child's first year and continues through the second year. The child solves the need for order in several ways. He solves a positive way in seeing common things. Children's insistence on putting things back in their place, crying or throwing tantrums to unfamiliar places or people. She cited an example. I found myself one day with a group of people going through Nero's grotto at Naples. With us was a young mother with a child about 1.5 years old, too small to be able to walk the whole length of the way. In fact, after some time, the child grew tired and his mother picked him up. But she was overestimated. She had overestimated her power. She was hot and stopped to take off her coat to carry it on her arms and shoulder. His mother strove in vain to quiet him. She was evidently tired out and began to grow cross. Indeed, the noise was getting on nerves of all, and naturally other offers to carry him. He was passed from one arm to arm, struggling and screaming, and everyone talked to him and scolded him, but he only grew worse. I thought of the puzzle infancy of how reaction must always have a cause, and going up to the mother, I said, "Will you allow me to help put on your coat?" She looked at me in astonishment, for she was still hot, but in her confusion, she consented and allowed me to help her with it. At once the baby quietened down. His tears and struggles stopped, and he said, "Mama, coat on." It was as if he wanted to say, "Yes, Mama, a coat is meant to be worn," as though he thought of it. "At last you have understood me," and stretching out his arms to his mother, he came back to her, all smile. The excursion ended in complete calmness. A coat is meant to be worn and not to hang like a rag over one's arm, and this Disorder in his mother's personality had affected the child as a jarring disturbance. The child has a twofold sense of order. First is external, his relationship with the environment, and second is internal, an awareness of the different parts of his body and their relative position. The child's need for order is based on a precise and determined environment. In an environment where order exists, a child can categorize his perception and make sense of his world. In such an environment, he forms an inner conceptual plan with which to understand and deal with his world. The need for order is obvious in the child from above 1.5 years. During this period, the child manipulates his environment and moves objects from one place to another. Order consists of conscious the place of each object in relation to his environment. It is not object in it is not object in place that he is identifying through his sensitivity to order, but the relationship between object and the surroundings. Dr. Maria Montessori said, inner sense which is a sense not of distinction between things. So it perceives an environment as a whole with interdependent parts. Only in such an environment, known as a whole, it is possible for the child to orient himself and act with purpose. Without it, he would have no basis on which he built his perception of relationship. The child's need for order is different from that of an adult. Order provides an adult with a certain amount of external pleasure, but for the child, he needs order in the environment because he is composing himself out of the element of the environment.
Yeah, there is one beautiful example, not example, the Maria Montessori experienced in a beachside, which is in Italy, Nero's Grotto at Naples. Actually, in this period of sensitivity to order, we know that as an adult, we all have systematic order, right? We all are keeping our things in specific places. But for a kid, his order is something else. Sometimes we will search like TV remote or something else, keys, something else. For us, there is some fixed place for that or specific place for that. But for the kid, the place for these things are different. So when we are searching, we can see that he will go and take that thing and give it to us, because for them that thing is to be kept somewhere else. So that is their order. So an adult's order and kid's order is different. Okay, Kim, please explain. I just interrupt you, please.
Yeah. The mother was taking off the coat as he was feeling hot, but the child was crying and because the mother was not putting on the coat. And the mother was trying her best way to quieten the child, but and the people nearby also uh, carried the child so that he may stop crying, but the child did not stop. So Maria Montessori, what he do? Uh, she asked the mother to let she put on her coat, and then the child stopped crying. From there, you can see that the child want the mother to wear the coat as it is supposed to be, not as it is not supposed to be hanging the arms or the shoulder. Uh, that is what we can see from the child because they want to put everything in order in the same thing in the same place. And in Maria Montessori prepared environment, things are arranged in order in their own place so that the child can go and take the thing, and then after they finish doing the activity, they have to go and put back. They love keeping the things back in its place. That is also, I think, what she means here to say. And the other one, That is children's insistence on putting things back in their place, crying or throwing tantrums to unfamiliar places or people. This one is, it usually happened when they started to come to school for the first time. For some days they will, as the place and the peoples are different, not same, and they're not familiar with them, so they throw tantrums. They started crying. So that is what he means here. Anything to add, ma'am?
Okay. Yes, okay, fine. So the for that 1.5 year old, he used to see his mother wearing cot, but in that sunny day that was too hot, so his mother removed that cot and simply hang on her arms. But that the kid didn't like that. For him, cot is meant to wear. But Maria Montessori was observing the kid from the beginning itself. She understood that why the kid is crying. Okay, everybody was trying to console him, but he was like he was just crying and crying. Okay, and I do remember when my son was very little, that is 1.5 years or 2 years. That time when we go out, when we go out for something and when we came back to home, no, that time I will just simply remove my shawl, that is dupatta. When we are using dupatta, that time just keep it in chair or somewhere else. He don't like that. He will take that dupatta and he will uh, try to make me wear that. Okay, so I just remember that. Okay, and for them the order is different. And in this time, they love to keep things in certain places. They don't like to put here and there. They love to keep things in certain places, and at the same time they will show um, stranger anxiety also. And if there it is unfamiliar places or any strangers, they will show tantrums. Okay, because they are leaving from the place where they used to do. That's why that order is there, because it's their chair, it's their bed, it's their clothes and everything. But if we take them to another place which is not familiar with the kid, then he will show that disturbances. Okay, fine. Next one. Who is going to take?
Bindu
It's
ma'am, can you please take?
yeah, yeah, yes, Vidya.
Yes, ma'am. Sensitivity to learning through their five senses. The young child has a natural excitement to explore the environment. The child must have object to explore in order to develop his neurological structures for observing and thinking. Dr. Maria Montessori said the tongue which he uses for speaking and the hands which he employs for work are more intimately connected with his intelligence than any other part of the body. She referred to them as the instruments of man's intelligence. In order to develop his mind, a child must have objects in his environment, which he can hear, see, and manage with his hands. It is important to note that the child's actions are not due to random choice, but directed by his inner needs for developments. Now, the child's movements are not due to chance. He is making the necessary coordinations for organized movement directed by his ego, which commands from within. Montessori placed particular attention upon the importance of training the child to make prejudice. Much of the didactic materials are concerned with the refinement of the sense. Through sensory education, children are helped to formulate and categorize his sense of perception into an inner mental order. Sensitivity to learning through their five senses. The smaller ones naturally excitement to explore the environment. They are very eagerly to check all the environment, what is happening here and there. The child must have objects to explore in order to develop his neurological structures for observing and thinking. They are using their neurological structures to observe the thing and they will think. Montessori said the tongue, which he uses for speaking, and the hands, which employs for work, are more intimately connected with the intelligence. The child's intelligence is connected with their tongue and their hands than any other part of the body. She referred to them as the instruments of man's intelligence. She referred the arms and the tongues as their instruments of their intelligence. And for develop his mind, the child must have objects in his environment. The if he want to develop, he want to see, observe the things which are nearby his environment, which he can hear, see, and manage with his hands. The things which he is seeing and he is hearing, and it can manage with his hand. It is important to note that the child's action are not due to random choice. It's not coming to immediately. It is not random. It's not coming from in between. But directed by his inner needs for development. The child's movement are not due to chance. It's not coming by chance. He is making the necessary coordination for organized movement directed by his ego, which commands from within. And Dr. Montessori placed particular attention upon the importance of training the child to make prejudice. Yes, then only the child will develop his inner we can control the ego of that child, how to control the ego, and how he will be productive. Much of the didactic material are concerned with the refreshment of the same. Through sensory education, children are helped to formulate and categorize his sense of perception into an inner mental order.
We know that if we see some object, its image will be in our brain. Since the memory of kids are very sharp, they have many ideas connected with these images. So whatever they are doing, it's all are the reflections of this, their inner images and inner needs. Okay, if they saw an elephant in somewhere, and when they are started drawing, they will recollect the memory from their mind, from their brain, and they will try to uh, draw that thing, whether it is elephant, tree, or vehicle, whatever it be. So whatever they are doing, all are the reflections of their inner needs. That muscular memory is there. So they are very sensitive. They are using all their senses to understand anything in and around them, and at the same time they use their hand and mouth all the time, because they are doing any activity, they use their both hands. And if they get something, they used to chew, they used to bite with their uh, mouth and that tongue also. Okay, so they are tasting many things, okay, using their tongues. So for a man's intelligence, which is starting in the uh, younger days, that is that younger period, that time they are using their hands and tongue more time than any other part of the body. So Maria Montessori emphasized that the hand and tongue are the instruments of man's intelligence. So his intelligence start doing all the activities, tasting something, biting something, and he understand many things through these two instruments, these two body parts. Okay, fine. So That is learning through senses. So touching, tasting, biting. These these are the highlights of their actions. Okay, that's why their intelligence developing through these instruments. Okay, fine. So I just made some 2 or 3 questions from these sensitive to learning through senses. Okay, please. Next, we have sensitivity to small objects.
Small objects. Sensitivity to small objects. Children have the craving to pay attention to small objects from 2 years of age. A toddler for people, when talking a stroll in a garden, will focus his attention on a ladybird or army of ants zigzag passage instead of looking at the breathtaking view of a sense. Sensitivity to small objects is an important development because it helps widen the child's observation and allows the child to concentrate his intellectual powers on a specific problem. Sensitivity to small detail draws the child to the finest objects. When the child is drawn to small things, the sensitivity holds the child's attention there for an extended period. The ability to focus. Here it is expressing that children have the craving to pay attention to small objects from 2 years of his age. A toddler for people when taking a stroll in a garden. If we are taking a child into a garden, will focus his attention on a ladybird, the smallest one with beautiful wings and spotted one or army of ants zigzag passage how the ants are going and instead of looking at the breathtaking view of a sense they will look at there and uh, they will capture what is going on and they are very curiously they will see that sensitivity to smell objects is an important development because it helps widen the child's observation and allows the child to concentrate his intellectual powers of a specific problem. The important development because the small objects sensitivity to small objects, yes, if they are looking concentrating their uh, vision in a small objects important, it's very important to develop the child's observation and allows the child to concentrate his intellectual powers on a specific in future if they want to uh, focus anything that it will develop their mind will develop like that. Sensitivity to small detail draws the child to finest objects. When the child is drawn to small things, the sensitivity holds the child's attention therefore an extended period, the ability to focus.
So that I think we can relate with many experiences because we know that the kids will observe many small things very keenly and they will spend most of the time watching these small things. We know that when something fall on our floor, we couldn't see that, but this kid will go and pick it up. Okay, just like mustard seeds and all the things, and if it is a bead or something else like that. And earlier in our house the floor was mosaic type, right? That mosaic chips, it's very small, the child don't know what actually it is, so they will just start to pick it up, like they will just try to pick it up, but it will take more time for them to use the same activity, and they don't get frustrated also by doing that activity. Okay, and when they go out, if they see any moth, any bees or any ladybird or any bug, they were very keenly observing that things. And when these ants are going one by one just like soldiers, they will just watch them very closely. And in our childhood we used to um, I don't know what's English name that thing, no, in under the soil. I don't remember its English name. Some it will make one pit and it is walking backwards, right? I don't know its name. Yeah, yes.
It will make a triangle shape of the tunnel.
Yeah,
It
that.
will. What is the name of that? I also forgot about that. We know that the children are going to and catching with this small things. I
Yes,
don't
yes.
know.
Yeah, because since it is making pit, in pit, Malayalam one word is there, so we are just calling it as connected with that pit. Okay, I don't know what's that. Okay, anyway, but nowadays it is rare to see that thing, right?
But in our home, so many are there, ma'am. Now also
It's
I will.
not many. I saw one or two in my surroundings in my courtyard. Okay, but my kids didn't get the chance to watch that thing. During our childhood, we are very curious about that thing. Kim, did you get any idea about the thing which we are telling? Yes. What's it's called? What you people are calling?
We are having one local name, Happy Totoy.
I think we can Google.
When we were small, we used to go hunt for them. We used to
Yeah.
pick with our own finger and we used to catch. I don't
Okay.
know what to do with that, but we love catching them.
And Leon. Yes.
I
And
was searching. I was searching the title for the antlion. It
it's a
used
larva of some insect, and it used to fly. Since it is in larva form, when it become grew and it is transformed to some moth
dragonfly.
or something. Yeah, yeah, dragon.
Dragonfly.
Digging corn-shaped pits in dry sand to trap ants and other small insects. Actually, it make that corn-shaped pit for their feast. Yeah, doodle bugs. Other name doodle bugs. Anyway, tomorrow I will just go and search in that corn-shaped pit whether I can see that or
Earlier, we used to play with it. Now I'm scared of that. I'm scared of anything now because I never hold them. Even fish in my hand, in my palm, I'm scared of holding the small fish in my palm
not.
because it's becoming long time that I did not catch the fish, the small fish, the river fish.
Okay,
Even
okay.
the small insects also I'm scared of.
Still
But
you
I want
scared or in
to
childhood also you were like that?
no, in childhood we used to play with that. We used to catch fish, small fish like this. We put in our palm and we catch river fishes, small fish like this. But this day I'm even having a sense of and tingling. What did you say?
Yeah, yeah,
Sensitivity.
it's some
I feel
sensation
there
in
is
our hand.
something when they are in my palm.
When they're
Small,
moving, that tingling effect will be in our farm. So
I
it won't
don't like
be that
I
much.
don't like caterpillar. I hate catching fish now. I
You
have
don't
the
like
bug
caterpillar.
now.
And what about butterfly? You love
Butterfly, when I see with the wings, I like it, but when I see the body, I feel something
oh,
because
that.
I don't like caterpillar. I
Oh,
will run away from caterpillar.
okay.
More than the snakes, I'm scared of caterpillar. I'm
Okay,
not scared of
so
cockroach. I'm not scared of lizard, nothing. But I'm scared of this caterpillar.
okay. Then, is there any pet in your home, in your hometown, in your home? Is there any pet?
Yeah, we used to have cats, dogs, buffaloes. We used to rear cows. We used to rear. We are not scared of those big animals, but small things we are scared.
You scared of. Okay, anyway. So Kim said, childhood it's not a problem for her, but when we grow up, that time it becomes like it's very tough for us to handle these things. If it can come to our body, we will feel like we will clean that our body portion
Yeah.
if anything
I
touches.
am I am not even able to see small holes, many small holes together. I am allergic to that. I cannot see that.
Okay, fine. So, okay, so we are just recollecting our memory from our childhood, and we are connecting with our present experiences also. Okay, fine. So, so watching some minute thing for a long time means their power of attention develops, right? And their concentration also develops. So that is sensitivity to small objects means their power of attention and their concentration develops. Okay, fine. So next, so I think Bindu ma'am, with completed two topics and Kim completed one topic. So three more topics is there. If you, Chong, if you can do, or if you are not comfortable, these two will help you. Okay. Now, small topics, but we can relate with some experiences also. Next one is coordination of movement, sensitive to coordination of movement. That is mainly walking. He just that kid has to balance. Even though he or she starts from 10 months to 1 year, they will start walking, but in a skewed way, and they need support sometimes. But when they,
Sen-
yeah, is you
I
please.
will read this one, ma'am. Sensitivity to coordination of movement. Child enters into this period at about 2.5 till 4 years of age. Coordination of movement means bring the body under the control of will. It is important to note that existence of the sensitive period of coordination of movement only means that there is a voluntary appetite to perform the and repeat movement purely for the sake of gaining after and more precise control. I experienced this one in my previous hostel when I where I stay as a warden. The owner has two kids. I look after them. I grow with them. They grow with me from when they are very small. So I love them like my own. Sometimes I feel guilty. It is my not my child, but how I love with my own heart, with my heart. It I feel bad for the parents to think about that also. I love them like my own. So I will take them to walk. They're small. They just started to walk, and I will capture with camera. And we are moving around in the courtyard and then moving and moving. Suddenly they will fall down and they will started crying. We enjoy them, we cheer them, we are very happy seeing them. They started walking. And even if the child did not look much good, did not look much good, they don't have much beautiful face in the eye of the other. In our eyes, they look very beautiful and very handsome because they are with us from when they're very small. We see them growing up. So we love them very much and care about them. Even though we care about them, sometimes we let them walk and then we are very happy recording them walking their first walk or they're walking like that. Suddenly they will simply fall down. They will simply fall down and they will start to cry. And then it seems like we are not taking care of them, somebody's child. That is what I experience. Coordination of the movement. Sometimes they walk well, sometimes they will just fall down because they lose control of the body. They will just fall down, hitting their leg in a very small place. They will just fall down and hit their body and they will keep on crying. And then it seems like to us we are not caring about the child, but we love them very much. That is one of my experience.
So that's it. And we know that after 4 years, their body get that full balance and
Yes,
coordination.
yes,
So
yes.
most of the kids are joining for dance classes that age. When they started their dance practice, aerobics or any contemporary or any fusion or any classical type or any traditional type dance forms, they can do more better than in any other age when they started doing this, because
Mm.
their hand eye brain coordination, everything happens in that particular activity. So in many dance schools the teachers are saying like it's better to join at the age of 4 or after 4 years, like that. 4 to 6 years is very good age. So if they started their basic in that dance forms, they can do far better after that. Okay, fine. So their coordination, walking, that is without any support, they can balance their body. Okay, fine. So next one is sensitive to language. It's
Sensitivity,
yeah, yes, please.
sensitivity to language began early in the child's life. The baby begins to replicate the speaking sound it hears. The baby hears sounds, melodious, musical melodious dog bark. The fact that he does not imitate these sounds shows that the baby possesses sensitivity towards human language. In the case of language, it seems that the observant mind of the child makes a creative achievement unconsciously under the sense of special sensitivity that enables it to select children a certain sound from all the other phenomena in the environment. This one is when the child started to learn language, they absorb whatever is um, happening in the surrounding. As I experience, as I share about my experience in the hostel, some children uh, talk rubbish word like the child was not knowing English only 3 years like that. So the little bigger children, when they play, they will say that is not a good word. Like for example, what the fuck they say. But the child conceived as what the fuck. So whenever he do something and he did not complete the task or he messed up with something, he will say, "What the fuck?" He will say like that. So that is they absorb whatever is in the environment, whatever they usually say in the environment. And there is also one song. There is also one local song which is not his language also. He was only 3 years and then he don't know English, he don't know other language song. But continuously he heard from the TV that bigger children are watching. And the song is named Leng Leng Dunga Leng. And then whenever he remember and whenever he play, he will start singing Leng Leng Dunga Leng. He will simply sing, which is not even his mother tongue, which is not even English, but he will simply remember the song because his brain it was already entering that every day he listens, so he is absorbing that song in his mind, and then it did not go. And then in these days, mm, he can compose songs also. He will compose some songs. He will play and compose some songs. Like I just forget, baby finger, mommy finger, and then he will play some sort of truck train. He will play that, and he will just compose song for that also. Train finger, where are you? He will sing like that. And then as soon as he wakes up, and then the mother bring out for wash up, brushing teeth, or mm, bring to washroom, then He will start singing baby finger, baby finger. He will start singing like that. So
For
everything
him,
what we
actually, his imagination and creativity
yeah,
is developing, right?
yeah. He can even create a song. We feel very funny. We feel very uh, astonished, so to say, when he create his own song while playing the song, while playing the games. He will play with doll and then doll finger, where are you? He just create the song. So this absorbent mind, it's very strong, and then they're very creative. They're very sensitive. That in that year, if he was given all the bad words, then he will continue on. He don't mind. He don't know the meaning, but he will carry on. And when he goes out, people will think, "Oh, this is a spoiled kid." It happened like that.
Very good. We can relate. Because since we are connected with these kids, we can relate many things. Okay, fine. Anyway, his imagination and creativity, that's just developing very nicely. Okay, fine. So next is socialize.
Sensitivity to social aspect. Sensitivity to social aspect of life begin at 2.5 years of age. Children renew, reward special attention to other children of their own age. Children at about 3 are lonesome play. The work of sensitive period facilitates recognizable affection and friendship to develop. In this way, the child learns to be a part of the group. We have one neighbor. Um, we have one neighbor which is of his age, so he will like to go to his place sometimes. It is just only 1 or 2 steps from our boarding. So he will like to go and play with him, or he like that boy to come and play with him. So he started socializing. He started socializing. When they are together, they become very active. They will even tease us. They started to tease us. I was a warden, and but I was so frank to them. So when the mother want me to teach some lessons or some letters, please teach him write in English letter words. But he will not obey me because I am so frank and he is so frank to me. He will not obey me at all because he thought I am his friend. He thought me as I am a friend, so he will never obey me.
So they like to socialize, even though they like to play alone, they like to be a part of a group also. Okay, so we just went through six phases of this sensitivity. But if we are providing the proper environment, then only this structure of sensitivity will happen. That is, everything will form in a fine way. But if environment is not good for the development of the kid, then their sensitivity to all these periods will be damaged. Can see that in the next session. If we are not providing them the proper environment, that is malnourished environment they are getting, these children are getting malnourished environment, then what will happen? That is given in the next topic. That also six, that is connected with six sensitivity. You can see that. Okay, please.
Yes, ma'am. The effect of malnourishment of children from the right environment to the six sensitive periods. Sensitivity to order. If the sensitivity to order is lacking, the child may not be able to turn himself and create a mental picture of the world. Hence, he will feel very anxious and have no confidence in himself. If he is not getting a clear nourishment, what will it is lacking, it is not getting enough, the child may not be able to tame himself and create a mental peace. mental picture of the world, and hence he will feel very anxious. He will be anxious about that, what will happen, what is that, what this, and have no confidence. He will lose his confidence. The second one is sensitivity to learning through their five senses. In if the child is dispossessed of the right environment during this period, example, the child is not allowed to explore with material, it will be inhabit the child from learning. Furthermore, the child may become more disaffected. This may be due to poor development of will, and he has little or no opportunity to work with material in his environment. This in turn will lead to poor concentration. It would be difficult for the child to make comparison and judgment because the sensory exploration and exercise are meant to refine these powers of the child. Yes, the exact thing is happening with me with that child. I am always telling no, ma'am. So if he is going in a proper way, he will not face this situation in his and his mother also. They prepare that child like that. They are keeping him inside his house and not giving any chance to mingle with others, and they are protecting him just like a diamond under the AC, giving all the luxurious things, and he is not able to sit inside the classroom nowadays because of this AC is not there, and he is not comfortable with the chair and the desk. Our school, there we are considering, we are giving a lot of that beautiful chairs and desks. That if you are coming there means you can understand. But the child, others they don't have any problem. This child is. I'm just a example. One example I am telling. If the child is not getting enough good environment, he will not cope up with this inner satisfaction he will not get. He'll be always telling like that he want to get more something good. This may be due to poor development of will and he little or no opportunity to work with materials in his environment. Yes, we have to give the materials. If the small materials we are giving the child means they will develop their concentration. This attained will lead to poor concentration. He will not get that concentration, and it would be difficult for the child to make comparison and judgment because of the sensory exploration and exercise are meant to refine these powers of the child. The third one is sensitivity to small objects. The lack of the right environment for this sensitivity may demoralize the curiosity of the child is in discovering new things. Correct. It will make him less observant of his environment and therefore affect his learning. The child might become very passive. Small details usually have a great impact towards the overall results. The lack of right environment. If the child is not getting the right environment, sensitivity may be demoralized and curiosity won't be there, and he cannot discover the new things. It will make him less observant. He will not be able to observe the things, and environment therefore affect his learning also. Yes, the child might become very passive. The fourth one is, ma'am, can I continue?
Yeah, yes, the child might become very passive. That means he's a kid without any activities. He won't active anymore. Okay, fine. This continue.
Sensitivity to coordination of movement. Walking for miles and climbing up and down the staircase has the purpose of advancing these movements. Providing the right environment for this sensitivity is important because children are continuously developing their growth and fine motor skills. The need to develop balance and agility are important in his self concept. Yes, right. Before we used to go a lot means miles when we are starting from our home to school, it will be very far. But Nowadays, it is not there. They are stepping into the bus and going to school. But it is very important for them to up and down staircases as the purpose of advancing their movements and providing the right environment. For their sensitivity is important because children are continuously developing. The children's body has to be developed. So they need exercise and gross and fine motor skills. They need to develop balance and agility are important in his self concept.
Yes, when they are climbing the stairs, they used to hold the handrails with their small hands. So their fine motor skills, they when they are stepping upwards, they will just hold it like their fingers are just moving. And at the same time, their muscles are also get that is also developing. That is their gross motor skills also developing. Okay, please.
Sensitivity to language. If a child is not exposed regularly language during this period of time, his language will be irrevocably damaged. He will become less sensitive to the sounds of his language and would have a difficult time learning the structure of his language. Children will also become less confident and may develop low self-concept due to his inefficiency to express himself. Ma'am, this also I am feeling. One child is there in my tuition. He is not able to pronounce properly. Maybe the lack of when he was no in the KG section. Now he is in second standard. In KG section, he may not be get that accent, that phonetic sound. His grandmother is telling that he don't know how to speak. He don't know how to pronounce. But I noticed it like that. He don't have the sense which letter it is. Now only he joined. Only very few days, or 2 or 3 weeks ago, he came and came with me. But I am feeling he didn't get that chance how to stress the words. The I'm telling about the alphabets, consonants, vowels. He doesn't know. It will take time to rebuild in that things. So child is regularly language during this period in time. His language will that vocabulary will be damaged, and uh, he will feel that insecurity that he cannot express himself very nicely. That self confidence will be down. And then the sixth one is sensitivity to the social aspects of life. Depriving the right environment for this sensitivity, the child will feel lonely, wanting a lot of attention from the parents. As a result, the child will become very unfriendly and antisocial.
If there is no one to talk with him, if there is no one to interact with him, if there is no one to support him, if there is no one to take care of him in a perfect way, the child, his sensitivity to language and his socializing character also diminished. It will go down. Okay, so now we got a clear idea about how we can prepare a proper environment for the kid to develop. Okay, so that self-construction starting in that childhood itself. His personality is developing. For developing his personality, many factors are needed. Many things are developing through his personality, language, socializing, movement, and learning many things, everything, and his order, that order formation, everything is as part of his personality. So, for developing all these factors, he need a right environment. Not that environment. In Bindu ma'am already told about one kid's family status because he is getting all the luxurious things. That is not the right environment. Right environment is not like that. Right environment, he has to face all the things. If it is hot, he has to face that. If it is raining, he has to face that. If he has to sit in the floor, he has to do that. Every time he is sitting in the couch or sofa and wherever it is, he is doing all the things in the bed. I think so. He's not using any chair or floor. Okay, fine. So I think you people got saturated, right? We have one more topic, absorbent mind. It is divided into two, conscious and unconscious. If you are okay, we can continue, or else we can take it in the next session. And next week also, Friday and Saturday is there. And you people are ready for writing your term and examination on Saturday, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Please
We'll try.
continue.
We will try.
Okay, no problem. It's just a model exam. Before our main exam, you people will be provided with two term examinations for each for part one and part two, term one, and part three and four, term two. That's all. And I am just planning to take PG classes parallel with that. For regular batches, PG classes will be starting on Monday. Okay, so we will plan like Friday and Saturday. If we have class, we can take we will try to take in the first day half an hour for PG. So do one thing. You got the textbook for PG, right? You have the
Yes, ma'am.
text. Yes, you
Yes,
don't
ma'am.
have Miguel? Yeah, Chong have. You don't have?
I don't have. I will buy.
Okay, no problem. And just if you have time, please read and come. It's very easy how an education institution is working, how its management, and what is the functions of management, what is the functions of administration, what's the role of exams, what's the role of teacher, everything that's only just like some I think some mistakes are there, spelling and everything, some mistake are there. That's only, but it's simply just so much things. We don't need that much. Anyway, we will try to do on next week itself. We will see. Let us. And one more thing. Since people are doing PG, you have to do one seminar in the class, because in your mark list that seminar column is there. So you have to prepare one seminar from the PG topic.
Jisha ma'am. Excuse me, Jisha ma'am. PG
Yes.
management and
What? I didn't get it.
that school management and
Yes.
canvassing and propaganda types of canvassing. That is the PG.
No, no, no. That is from diploma. You have module 4 and module 5.
Okay, 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 okay.
That is two subjects. Module 4 is one subject and module 5 is another subject. Module 4 is about educational management and administration. That part 4, no? Advanced topic of part 4 is included in PG. That is, if you wish to start a school, this is a good reference. That's why PG topics included. And fifth module, that is your second subject in PG, that is about partnership. Because we know that if a school is in a locality, that school has connection with the society, with the parents, with the students, with other organization, etc. Okay, so that partnership, that is in the second part, that is module 5. Okay, fine. If you are ready and you are okay, then we can continue, or else we can take the portion in the next class. Please tell me what we have to do.
We'll finish it, ma'am.
You'll finish. Okay, fine. So we
I
have
will
only
get.
one
I will
topic.
get the explanation.
Yeah, yes, please.
Montessori opined that from birth itself, the child has a mind that is highly absorbing, which means that every experience he goes through will be deposited in the mind of the child with or without his knowledge. The absorbent mind explains the process by which the child gains knowledge from the process of or action. The absorption appears in two stages, unconscious stage and conscious stage. So the absorbent can be split into unconscious mind 0 to 3 years and conscious mind 3 to 6 years. I think this one is before he went to school and after he went to school. He started his preschool. So, as I mentioned about one child in my hostel that before he went to school, the parents bought name of some books like name of birds, flowers, vehicles, and insects, and then it was pasted on the walls also, and he has books also. And then like daily he used to look at the book, and the parents also in their free times they read with him. Even though he cannot read, then parents are telling him this is the name. uh, so his mind was very sharp during this period. As we know that up to 6 years of age, there 96 or 90% of the brain got developed. So he learned many of the animals' name. He learned the birds' name, flower name. He learned the vehicles, even the trains, uh, all these things he learned. And then he will, during our study time, he will bring to me, and then he will say, "You tell me, ask me what is this." In his language, he will say, uh, "Ask me what is this." So when I ask, "What is this?" he will happily say the name of the fruit, pineapple. He will happily say the name of the bird. And then in case he don't know the name, then I tell him. And then after I tell him once, he say, you ask me again, what is this? And then when I ask, what is this? Then he will say the exact answer. So their minds are very sharp. They absorb whatever we pass on to their mind in their brain. They absorb it very fast. So before going to pre-KG, he learned all the name of the vehicles. He learned the bird's name, insect's name. He learned caterpillar, even difficult things. He already know how to say. He don't know letters also, but he by seeing the pictures he learned everything. So their observant mind is very strong in this years. And then once he start going to school, it is very easy for him. Everything is familiar to him. And during the UKG class, he started to read sentence also. He started to read poems also. He asked me how to, I taught him once or twice, and then he know how to read. Not like here we are teaching phonics, not like here we are teaching the sound first, letter first. Their mind is very sharp. I read with him THE that, and he kept that in his mind. So next time we read, whenever he say THE that, then he will say that. And then during the UKG time, he can read even the stories also. That is how their minds are very sharp.
Excuse me, ma'am, one incident came to my mind. My sister's son, he was in his two age, now he is 27, so 25 years before. His father, we have globe at home, globe and the map. That is a very big map. So his father used to say, "This is America, that is Europe." He is only two. Then this child, na, he started to talk all the country's name. And you know that that time we were in Delhi. So the Asianet channel, they came to our home and they captured the picture of this child. He used to say, when someone is asking, where is Europe? He will touch that place. He don't know even the letters. The same thing, ma'am told. But he then they captured the picture and it came to the TV also. When she told about this, it immediately it came to my mind.
Yes,
And
similarly, my
yeah,
son used to draw the flag of each country. If he say like say the name of any country, he will draw the flag. Or if we show them one flag, he will name the country uh, whose flag is this, like that. Okay, so these kids are very sharp when they are in their childhood, and if we support them and if we provide them the right environment, then there this
Exactly.
intelligence and imagination and
Yes, exactly.
creativity develop.
And there is also one whenever the father come back from school, he will take him out to the park or he will move him around. He will show the live things, the live animals or trees. Trees. This is Gulmal tree. This is what you learn from the book. So he enjoy and uh, it needs the parents' involvement also a lot in this period. If the parent is lazy and if the parent is not involving, then the child mind will not be increased. He will not learn what he is supposed to learn. As long as we put more knowledge into their mind, then they become more and more intelligent, and they knew more than their syllabus. What they should know, they are knowing more than what they should be knowing in their age. That's
And
the unconscious mind.
with my son, now he is in ninth standard. When he was in eighth standard, I think, not eighth standard, in the beginning of ninth standard, I was teaching him that maths portion, geometry portion was there, and in that geometry portion, one mathematician Pythagoras is there, no, and in your textbook that Pythagoras picture is there, and something was written about this Pythagoras and Pythagoras theorem also. And after some time, he told me, I will. I just need time travel. I asked him why. I will go and don't make this Pythagoras to leave or something like that. So whatever he said, it is his imagination and that creativity. And one more thing, I don't know whether I shared with you. During this COVID time, no, everybody was sitting in home and taking this online class. That time, my one of my friends, we were together in our college, that is degree time, and she requested me to take tuition for a boy. That time he is 7 years old, but the thing is that he is autistic, not too much, but is autistic. So one school rejected the boy, one CBSE school rejected the boy. Bhavan school, no, you know about Bhavan's Vidyamandar, they rejected. So they got admission in a government school. Government school means the number of students were less that time, and the principal was taking care of this boy. So he is very happy with that teacher. But suddenly this COVID outbreak came, and every school closed, and everyone was sitting in the home and learning through online. No, for this second standard student, and since he is taking admission in government school, means he don't have that online classes. So their concern is to teach Malayalam. I was just like, how I can teach Malayalam, because a Malayalam teacher is good for that, but they are not confident with any other teacher. They just like, from through my friend only they know me, so they just requested, please do something. If it is very tough for you, please leave it. Okay, but leaving him is not in my mind, because once we take him, no, he will expect more things from me. And we started together learning. And what I did was, I just drew lines in the board, that whiteboard, that just for uh, two line two line book is there, no, we have for Malayalam and Hindi, and I just drew some lines, and I asked him to write that letter E, something like that. And he started writing. After some time, he just looked at me and asked, why you are not writing? You have to write, he asked me. Then what happened, I also wrote all the letters in that board. Okay, one day, and actually he was very interested to come for the class. He don't like to leave the class. That was so. I also continued the class sessions. One day he came with uh, running. That is, tears were rolling through his cheeks. I asked what happened, Rian. His name is Rian, not Rian, Rehan. What happened? What happened? He is just crying, crying, crying. So, and after in between that, when he become low, he told me, "Don't cut the trees." So I was just like, why he is telling this to me? Don't cut the trees. And I told him, no, no, I won't cut the trees. I used to plant trees. Like I just consoled him. Then his grandmother always sit with him. His grandmother told me there was one big tree in their neighborhood, and one nest was there. In that nest, small birds were there, like just like that small one, two or three birds were there, and that people cut down the tree, so that birds flew away, and this make him very sad. He told me like, we have home, the tree is bird's home, so don't cut the trees. And he is crying that time also. So I learned a lesson from all the human who is coming in front of our human library, right? If a blind man is coming in front of us, he is also giving us a lesson, the value of our vision. Okay, so I just learned so many things from the kids that time. Okay, fine, please continue. That is our unconscious mind and conscious mind. Okay, thanks.
When the child is 0 to 3 years, 3 years old, the child has unconscious mind. His mind is not formed yet. He learns differently from adults. The adult has knowledge of his environment on which he to frame, whereas the child has to start from nothing. It is the observant mind that allows him to absorb impressions from the environment unconsciously. He absorbs everything unconsciously, and these facts are saved as impression in his mind. Through this process, the child assimilates the knowledge impression into his psychic life. It is important to understand that impressions do not merely enter his mind, they form it and they incarnate themselves in it. The knowledge a child absorbs unconsciously prepares the child's mind, and in time it will be used by his cognizant mind. The tiny child's observant mind finds all its nutrients in its surroundings, especially at the beginning of life. We must therefore make the environment as interesting and attractive as we can. By observing what he finds in the world as a whole, then analyzing it, the child creates his own mental muscles using what he finds in the world about him. The unconscious mind is complete by a conscious process that slowly awakens and takes from unconscious what it can offer. The child constructs his mind in this way. Slowly, he establishes memory, the power to understand, and the capacity to reason. By the age of 3, the unconscious preparation and necessary for later development and activity is established. The child is now embarked on a new mission, the development of his mental function before 3. The functions are being created after 3 they develop. When the child is 0 to 3 years, he learn. His minds are not formed yet. He learned from the elders. By now, they can speak. They know how to speak, and they will imitate what we have mostly spoken in his surroundings. The kid that I was talking about earlier, he will usually come and help us in our work. He will say, "Let me do for you. Let me do for you." When we do some work, he will say, "Let me do for you," because he learned it from the parent. The parent will usually help each other. If the father is doing something, mother will say, "Oh dear, keep it there. I will do it for you." or the mother is doing some household chores. Father did not mind helping her. Uh, just keep that one for me. I will do it for you. Let me do it for me. That is their word usually spoken in the at the surrounding of their children. So the child will come and tell us, let me do it for you. Let me do it for whether he can do it or not. He will say, let me do it for it in their language. It is very nice to listen. It is very nice to listen. Also, it is we feel like it stuck our heart when a small kid wants wants to help us and wants to do our thing for us. So that is what he absorbed. And then another thing, in a classroom, if we speak slowly to them, to the children, they will also speak slowly. If we speak loudly and with accent, we show some facial expression. Sometimes when we are frustrated, uh, they will also do like that to their friends. When the friend is not doing well with him, when they are quarreling or something like that, they will give the same expression to their friends. If we beat the if we bang on the table and do something, they also do like that to their friends. So we should be very careful at this age that their observant mind is very sharp, so that their the nutrients, all the nutrients in the surroundings should be very very sweet. Mm, we should be making our children surrounding very sweet, very calm, and we should be very very patient in this at this period.
So that cognizant mind, that is conscious mind, actually from birth to 3 years means they are absorbing all the things, but they don't remember afterwards. After 3 years, uh, most of the kids, I feel like majority of the kids don't know what happened in their small ages, that is 0 to 3. But my husband had that memory. He said at the age of 2, I went to Gulf with my mother to meet my father, and there I ate that olive, no, raw olive he ate, and that was very bitter, and nobody will eat that raw olives. But I had it like that. That type of things he used to say. But I don't remember anything in that age. But after 3 years, that I do remember. I do remember that I lost my ear stud, and we all together went for searching that, and we didn't get that. Like that thing is in my mind. And when I was playing with, we used to write in a, I don't know what everybody is saying for that slate, no, that slate, that you know that. Okay, I used to write in slate in that age. And at the same time, we in that time one Malayalam rhyme is there, connecting with this frog, connecting with frog, and we will give you water, come tomorrow, like that, of that type of uh, rhyme is there. When I was sitting in the step, the last step, in a house we know that we have steps. So in that last step, which is connected with the courtyard, I was sitting in that step, and uh, I was just using my leg. I am just started using my legs, and in a rhythmic way I am moving my legs like this. Then one snake ran, one frog ran first, then after that frog, one snake. Snake means it is not poisonous, it is a rattle. So when I saw this, because everything was happened in a sudden, so I use, still now I remember that that time my age was 3.5 or 4, something like. So that age, something I do remember, but I don't remember anything when I was very small. Okay. So 0 to 3 years means we are absorbing all the things, but all these incidents are there in our unconscious mind. That is the one subconscious mind the one, the person who is doing hypnotize, they will just trigger this subconscious mind. But for triggering this subconscious mind, they have to um, make us sleep. When we sleep, our unconscious mind rest. When we sleep, that time our unconscious mind rest. But the one who is working all the time is our subconscious mind. 24 hours working factory, that is subconscious mind. That is why we are seeing dreams. Some dreams we have clear picture, but about some dreams we don't know what happened. We have some vague memory about that. Okay, please continue with our conscious mind, that is 3 to 6 years. So this 3 to 6 years are the building blocks of a child's development, because he has sharp memory in that time. Okay, please.
Can I, ma'am?
Yeah, yes, please.
Conscious mind, 3 to 6 years. From 3 to 6 years, the child continues to absorb knowledge, and this is also a period of self construction. However, the child is now conscious. He has a memory and has advanced a will. Now he takes in consciously using his hand. It is by means of what that he becomes conscious and develops himself by means of his hand. He learns writing, reading, fundamental ideas, numbers, and many other things automatically and without fatigue. So, we have to understand that the first period in human development in which character is formed is the most important time. At no other age has the child greater need of an intelligent help, and any barrier that impedes his creative work will lessen the chance he has of achieving perfection. He has a type of mind that goes after the concrete. He has the great power of imagination. The children should be allowed to work at their own pace, completing the cycle of activity so necessary to their growth and development. It's very important time for the children, the 3 to 6 years. That time they will absorb all the knowledge, and they will make their self construction. However, the child is now conscious. They are very conscious that time. He has a memory and has a dance. They will that I had to do this. That is why the children are in the first standard when they are coming to this assembly. I want to become a that. I want to become this. That will. Yes. Now he takes up unconsciously using his hands. It means by of work that he becomes conscious and develops himself by means of his hand. Yes. He learns to write. They can hold the pencil. They can write. They can make the curve lines, slanting lines, sleeping lines, standing lines. All the things they are learning from this time. And yeah, yes, and numbers they will learn, and they won't get any tiredness also will be there. If they are sitting and continuously they will learn. So we have to understand that the first period in human development in which character is formed, there the character is forming is the most important time at no other age, and greater need of an intelligent help. That time, if they are getting a very good positive environment, they will build their career in a positive way. If they are getting a negative thing, it will not work. It is just like a concrete.
Yes, so these are the fundamental stage of a child, that is 3 to 6 years. But in this age, what all things happened in the previous age, that is 0 to 3 years, that reflections will come in this age. He is not aware about that, because sometimes we all not, him also said that during childhood I have no such fear, but when I grown up, that time I don't like this caterpillars and these small things, bugs and bees. Okay, so maybe we have some fear in our childhood, we don't remember about that. Like thunder, sometimes in the childhood the child is feared of the sound of the thunder, and when he grown up, he become adult or 60 or 50 plus, 60 plus, whatever age it is, they are very, they are not comfortable when this sound happens. Okay, these all are the reflection of our subconscious mind. These all things are there in our subconscious mind. These all things are there, so it will haunt in some way. For some people it won't haunt that much, too much intensely, but for some people it will haunt them. Okay, so the conscious mind, that is this 3 to 6 years, we are getting the kids in our hand in this age, no? So all in this age they are developing in all areas. So it's our responsibility to make a prepared environment for them, because they are living in three phases of the environment: home, institution, and society. In institution we have to take care, but in home, parents and caregivers. Society means we can do something in the society, and the parents also, they can do something in the society. At certain age we can control whatever things happen in the society. Okay, okay, then so we just successfully completed our fourth chapter. So now next is fifth one, which was that yesterday also you people shared, I forgot, because
Normalization and deviation.
normalization and deviation. I used to take chapter 3, 4, 7, and 10 for regular batches. So I don't have no idea about other chapters. I know the title and I know the content, but I don't know which chapter is in which unit or something like that. Okay, anyway, uh, I know that it is not fair to ask you to read and come, but if you read and come, then it will be more easy for us to discuss. Okay. So next class we will take some part of PG and some part of our diploma. Okay. And all the chapters will we can complete within a short period of time, but except chapter 7, that is Montessori prepared environment. We have to know in detail about how we can prepare a Montessori classroom, and how we can handle the materials and everything. And I think since you three are working in a Montessori, somewhat Montessori environment, then it will be easy for you to share many things. Anyway, we will see in the next class, and Saturday your term 1 examination. Okay. Okay then. Okay
Thank
then.
you,
Bye.
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Bye
ma'am.
bye.
Thank
Bye,
you so much.
everyone.
Today's class was very effective and very lively. Really, I enjoyed this class today. And
Okay.
we are saying thank you because you, I think, 2 hours.
You
It is
always work overtime.
overtime. Yes.
Mm.
Okay, no problem, no issue. And actually, Monday I have my driving test, so I am little bit tense. Actually,
Oh,
I just taken a license 20 years back. What happened? No, my license got expired, and we have cooling 1 year also after the that date. No, they will give us 1 year cooling time, but I have no idea about that also. So I have to take the road test, not H I don't need to take, but H is more easier than road. Okay then, bye, because I'm somehow left. Okay, Kim, bye.
Bye, ma'am.